What happens when a comic book fan gets so fed up with the mainstream and decides to create his own universe? You get the Rippaverse, a bold independent comic book company shaking up the industry. Whether you've heard of the hype or you're still on the fence, we're breaking down what the Rippaverse is, how it started, what it's doing differently, and why it's caught so much attention. First up is the founder, Eric July. He's not your typical comic book creator. He's a musician, YouTuber, political commentator, and lifelong comic book fan. Eric July slowly started to see a shift in comic books that he didn't agree with and made his feelings widely known, and many of his viewers shared those same feelings. But instead of just complaining where Marvel or DC had been going, he did something about it. In 2022, he launched the Rippaverse with one mission: create a fresh comic book universe free from politics and agendas that he felt were dragging down the mainstream. The focus? Great stories, memorable characters, and a respect for the fans. The first character that was ever launched in the universe was Isom, aka Avery Silman, a former hero that left life behind. The first volume sees him dragged back into the world of superpower conflict when someone close to him goes missing. Isom 1 was that major test. Could an indie comic with no big publisher sell? The answer was obviously yes. Over $3.7 million in sales for just one comic book. That's almost unheard of in the comic book industry. It blew up on social media not just because of the art or writing, but because it stood for something different. Here's the thing that's interesting. The universe isn't just another world, it's built on a key of ideas. Continuity matters. No constant reboots or retcons. Respect for the customer. No bait and switch or what you see is what you get type of thing. No forced political messaging. Stories come first, not agendas. Ownership. Eric July owns it all. No major publisher. That means creative freedom. Since then, after Isom, the Rippaverse has grown and made several books. He even brought on writers like Mike Barron, legendary Chuck Dixon, and the horror movie writers Jen and Sylvia Soska. Eric's idea was to bring on board these writers to help out and create an even larger universe. Eric's building something big, a connected universe with brand new characters and stories that aren't afraid to take risks, all without traditional publishing. And look, you don't have to agree with Eric's politics. Even I don't agree with his politics and some of his opinions in comic books, and I have turned out to be one of their biggest fans. But the Rippaverse is proving that fans want something new, something fresh and authentic, something that doesn't treat the audience like they're the problem. If you're a comic book fan who's felt left behind, maybe it's time to check it out. Whether it becomes a long-lasting universe or just a powerful movement in the comic book industry, the Rippaverse is already a success story. Have you read any Rippaverse comic books? Comment in below and let's talk.